gotta say it. Bye. The real associate. This is the video. America's Global Gospel Christian Conservative, LHMusic. This is the Barnacles TimeFactor video commentary pod.
Today is a day that I think the American people are going to start turning, whether they know it or not, whether this administration cares to admit it or not. Today is the day that is the beginning of the end for so much of this administration. Yesterday, we had Janet Napolitano tell us all kinds of things. We're going to get to that here in just a second. We have brand new information, but I've got to lay the groundwork on where we have been before we get to the new information at the top of the hour. If you have been following this information,
you get it, what you deserve. Anyway, it's me, LHMusic, America's Global Gospel Christian Conservative. Part 3 of this, and it's ongoing 3-part series about this one. Don't worry, we get inside our newspapers, and we haven't done head cracks rap of the week special Thursday edition. So don't worry about that.
Actually, Stu, you weren't in the car when I read it to Pat. Am I overstating to say this is much bigger than what we announced?
Yeah, it's pretty significant.
It is very, very significant, and it has to do, again, we told you at the beginning of this process that we have to lay out a case, and we have to take it piece by piece, and when they start to react, then we will take it to the next place. And they reacted yesterday with Secretary Janet Napolitano, who you will see probably will may spend some jail time for perjury. That's my guess. She should spend jail time for perjury, but I don't believe that she will be our Secretary of Homeland Security.
Wow, this is kind of a big statement here, no?
After this all plays out?
Well, what's interesting is would you say that she's reacting the way that our sources have predicted she would react?
Yes.
And that's not good for her in the end because she keeps walking herself into corners.
Yes. Yeah. And we know exactly how she's going to react. We know exactly how this administration is going to react. And I pray that they continue to react this way, because they will eventually, I believe, they will undo absolutely everything that they think they have built. But they've built it on a house of cards, they have built it on a series of lies, and it's all coming undone. And today is the day that you will see it's all beginning to come undone. I would also add that the media is going to come undone in this. You know, when I left Washington, D.C. after 8/28. This was a couple of years ago, 3 years ago. And I got on the train, and I had a meeting shortly before 8/28, and we didn't really say this out loud, but I said to my staff right after 8/28, the media is going to come undone. This is all going to come undone, and we can't be anywhere near it. We have to be outside of this system, because it's going to come down. And it is coming down. I will tell you that we are working with some extraordinarily brave men and women in federal law enforcement community, as well as the federal government, that are risking not only their livelihoods, but at this point are risking their lives to bring the information to us. We are not the only agency or the only news outlet that these heroes have been in contact with. And yet this story is receiving almost no national media attention other than the Blaze. I just want to put the other national media sources out and let them know that the Blaze has been documenting who we speak to and who our sources have been speaking to, so we can document exactly who knew and when. We have been told by several of our sources that news reporters and writers from at least two and this is disappointing, at least two major news organizations have actually been digging into the same information that we have provided, and they have filed stories for air, only to have their respective managers kill the stories for no apparent reason. Trust me when I say the reporters that I'm talking about are no slouches. They are some of the most knowledgeable and respected journalists in mainstream media today. And it begs the question, as we get to the end of this story, it begs the question, when we release, who knew, when, and what they did, and we'd have to ask, why was that spiked? Why did those media organizations decide to not run it? We are extraordinarily confident in the information that we are giving you, and not in an arrogant sort of way. We have shared a lot of this information with other media sources, because we know. We would much rather have them do it, because, believe me, we know how we're being pilloried. We know that Sololinsky loves to isolate, and that's exactly what's happened to the Blaze. We knew that going in. I'm totally fine being isolated. I believe this is the blue dress. In the end, this is what will put those guys out of business and put us into business. It is no different than what happened to Matt Drudge in the 1990s, and we know how that game finished. This one's not going to end the same way, because this one is about today, we will show you. It's about a cover-up, which that's kind of Nixon stuff. It's about a cover-up. It's not about sex. It's not about anybody's private life. What this is about is covering up the ties to terror in our own country. And Janet Napolitano is going to be the first to fall.
First to know.
If I was in a federal agency and I was investigating the Boston terror, I would make sure that you weren't being set up, because a drowning man will pull everyone under.
You know why? Because
you better make sure they're not grabbing for you. I would suggest that you contact the Blaze or any other media outlet. I don't know who else will report on it at this point. They all have too much to lose. They all are either cowards or they just trust the government. I've never seen anything like it before. Well, we have this information from the Blaze, but yes, we do. We called the Department of Homeland Security, and they told us that's not true. Oh, well, Woodward or Bernstein, which one is that? We heard there was a break-in, but we called the White House, and Nixon said no.
That's exactly what it's like.
It is what it's like.
If these guys were around for the Nixon Watergate scandal,
that's exactly what the tweet would say.
Richard Nixon would still be president today. He'd still be president.
Probably not
today, because he
constitutional limitation.
He wouldn't have been caught. He would not have been caught.
There's the
and
death
he would have
thing.
continued to be president.
The dead. He's dead.
He may not have died without the scandal.
Away.
I think it made him sicker than he.
Okay, all right, we get it.
Guys.
I think that the amazing thing is there are veteran journalists that have had their stories spiked. There have been stories that have been placed and then pulled for no apparent reason.
Some of these reporters are pissed too.
Some of these reporters are extremely pissed. And may I just say, soon the Blaze will be hiring.
Soon, my TimeFactor website.
Call me.
You know why? Because my TimeFactor website will be hired. If I get this done, because I will do something. I do say so myself.
Now, join us in about 45 minutes. We have some. Oh, this isn't the actual document, is it? Oh no. We will.
And here's why. And like I said, and you know why? Because it makes sense.
No. Okay, I didn't know if you were chanting there for a second.
No. I was trying to conjure it up, but I couldn't.
He's practicing TM. Oh, no.
No.
So, So Janet Napolitano came out and she said, this is when the story first broke, and she was in Congress under oath, and they said, is there a Saudi link? And she said, no, there's another Saudi, but this is ridiculous. This isn't that guy at all. What are you talking? No,
There's so much misinformation and disinformation. I'm not even gonna qualify that with an answer over there.
Oh well.
I think that was pretty much his quote.
I didn't know. I thought you didn't have the
about.
tape.
No, I found it.
Okay, all right, okay.
Yeah.
So then she said that. So then yesterday, she was asked again. Now,
Like
what you need to know is she now
Mm-hmm.
knows that we and other congressmen know. She doesn't know exactly what we know, nor does the administration.
Yeah.
But see, I've danced with this administration before. I've done the whole Acorn thing. I've done the whole Van Jones thing. Guys, if you think you're gonna do this again, you're not. We learn. We learn. So, you go ahead and keep dancing. You go ahead. We got you this time. But anyway, so she says there's nothing. But she doesn't know what we know. Yesterday, she's like, uh-oh, they have a little bit of information. And so, she says this.
He was not on a watch list. What happened is this student was really, when you back it out, he's in the wrong place at the wrong time. He was never a subject. He was never even really a person of interest. Because he was being interviewed, he was at that point put on a watch list, and then when it was quickly determined.
Stop.
Oh, that had its
Just play it again. This is the part. When I heard this is the part I was like, I started to see the flag. I expected James Cagney to come out behind her and just go, I'm a Yankee Doodle Dandy.
That would have been cool.
Because
what?
Gotcha, Janet. Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Now she's thinking,
You're
they're not
thinking
going to follow up on any of this because they don't have anything. So they say I'm not on a watch. Okay, so we're mincing words. This is a guy who's in the wrong place. Oh, Janet, make sure you're listening. In about 42 minutes. Make sure you're listening. So let's go over this again. What did she just say?
He was not on a watch list.
Stop.
It's not a watch
I
list.
am not on a watch list. He was not.
What?
Listen to this. She was under oath, by the way.
She's under oath.
He was not on a watch list. Stu,
Oh,
just
really?
remember that. Bring that up.
Remember
Okay,
that
if that
up.
comes to mind again, he was not on a watch list. Go ahead.
Yes.
Happened is this student was really, when you back it out, he's in the wrong place at the wrong time.
All right, stop. He was
Back it
not.
out.
He's
Oh,
not on a
please.
watch
Oh,
list. He
please.
was just a student. Wrong place. Well, I would say that everybody around this guy was at the wrong place at the wrong time. He was one of the lucky ones. Others lost their legs and limbs. This Saudi, yeah, he was in the wrong place at the wrong time, wasn't he? What are the odds of this?
And Janet, you're missing the point. And you're missing the wrong point. And because this is so absurd to you. Because you're missing the point. This guy is a terrorist. This guy is a horror story stupid terrorist. Get the picture. I can't read it until we continue. We get inside about this on my TimeFactor radio and television show this weekend and find out who you really are. Miss Janet Napolitano, you. Anyways, Facebook me and follow me at Facebook.com and Twitter.com. You know my username, LHMusic Time, and so is my TimeFactor website, and so is Facebook page at facebook.com/LHMusicTime 2012 and LHMusicTimeFactor.gmail.com. For the LH Music TimeFactor website, I gotta go. Tomorrow's gonna be newspapers and Head Cracks Rapid Week special Thursday edition. And I gotta go. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.